Hi, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. I'm about to take off to Williston, North Dakota for my June 4th and 5th 5D Emotional Transformation Retreat, so it's exciting. But I've been getting a big download this week from Ezekiel, and I wanted to get this recorded before I leave to share with all of you. And so it starts, my old quotes, starts with a Rumi quote. Love that guy. And here it goes. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. So I love it. You can always count on Rumi to say something so profound and so deep that people could go on going into it, explaining it, talking about it in books and articles forever. And yet that's not necessary because it's so profound. Your heart knows it as truth. You aren't a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop. You're not a particle in the universe. You are the universe. It's profound, but something in us knows so much truth in it. So Ezekiel's been sharing this download with me. And we've been seeing huge changes and disclosure and the truth about cancer and vaxxed, and so much is coming out all at once, shifting us into higher consciousness. And so many more people are aware. It's exciting for me because I've been on this journey since like 1984. And I can tell you it's just a huge explosion of awareness, which certainly tells me something. And it's gaining speed and going viral. And our views on almost everything we previously believed are changing. So we talked about this in other reflections. A lot of times it urges us to run back into the barn, like the horse when the barn is in fire and they get out to safety and they want to run back into the fire because that's what they know. We've talked about that. So our views on almost everything we based our reality on is urging us to run back into that barn. We have a feeling of losing our moorings in this time and floating to try to embrace our true selves, right? I bet you all can associate with what I'm expressing here. But what about the many millions and most, I guess, still of the unconscious folks? I think of my family and a lot of my friends who in their daily lives, they really don't understand. They feel something, but they can't understand the feeling as we do. We are turning to our true seeds. We talked about how every seed in creation has the imprint of its divine self. Well, so do we. And the excitement is that we are returning to that seed as we speak. And so I think it's going to be okay for the people that don't have a clue. Here's what the download was. Throughout our human development and evolution, there have been several times where anthropologists have definitely narrowed in that we have taken a leap in consciousness out of nowhere. It's not evolution, it's boom, a huge leap. We've also been downgraded and dumbed down to forget this original seed, but forget it, we never will. And now is the time that the original seed is blooming. So all this aside, when people in the world are frightened and they don't understand, but what's coming is, and it's an upgrade, it's a download, it's a huge shift in our cellular being, in every fiber, emotionally, mentally, physically, and of course spiritually. Everything is changing and coming into a new synchronicity and a new alignment. And I do believe in an event. I do believe this is going to happen in a massive sense in the blink of an eye. And I don't think it'll be hugely disturbing because I think it'll be like people waking up from a long dream, part of it being pretty much of a nightmare, and saying, oh, whew, that was just a dream. This is who I truly am. This is the world I truly live in. And, who knows, maybe we've been in this matrix or like a Star Trek. Maybe we've been in a holodeck or something. But when the program's turned off, what do? We return to the truth of who we are, and that's why we're so excited. We are returning to the truth of who we are. And I think this shift is now very imminent. Call it what you will. We are going to all realize that we aren't a drop in the ocean. We are the ocean. And so in that drop, we are the ocean. So, meeting our ET brothers and sisters, it's kind of like if you follow some of the extraterrestrial folks out there, like Galactic Heart and stuff like that, Cobra or whatever, they're all kind of saying it's going to happen in an instant. Christians have long believed in the rapture, where in a second, every true believer leaves the earth and the others are left behind. Well, it's really just the opposite. We are all true believers in our original seeds, and it can happen in the blink of an eye. And the magical, we're going to go into, like, for example, a magical light chamber. And they're going to push the go button, and the go button is going to be this pulse from source. Maybe perhaps through the sun, but a pulse from source. And so that when you come out of the chamber, everything is different. You're in your true original self in the planet as it's always intended to be. And I believe, and perhaps, it'll be graceful and beautiful. And even those who hadn't had a clue before will simply start to respond to the magnificence of the Golden Age and of who they truly are. So it's exciting, isn't it? It's an exciting time. So I guess what I want to say, that as we wake up from this chamber, from the event, from the shift in an instant, from the upgrade that other anthropologists have talked about, when we wake up from that, when we're alive in it, we're real in it, it'll be that's like a ghostly, only leaving a trace of its existence, barely a memory, just like maybe at this moment we barely have a memory of the truth of who we are, of our original seeds. So we're going to yawn and stretch and awaken to the new day and the new reality. And we're going to get out of bed feeling an unbelievable peace and gratitude, and begin to adjust to what we've always wanted, what we've always known. Perhaps we've never believed it's possible, but now there's no doubt. So catch the magic. It's imminent. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next week. And I would love, I'm loving my traveling to come do these one-day 5D emotional transformation retreats. So give me a shout. Let me come. Let me do it. It's so much fun. We'll have a blast. Get a hold of me. Take care of who you are, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.